In today's video, I travelled to Wallangarra to see what life's like in a small country town in Australia. This town faces unique challenges with a state border running right through the community. Later, I challenged myself by scaling a granite mountain. This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Thought it was going to be hard. But it's hard. Having survived, I then celebrate at one of the region's beautiful wineries. Wallangarra's story starts right here at the railway station. Now, you're probably not surprised to learn that as the states of Australia grew, they probably didn't talk to each other all that much, because in Queensland they developed narrow gauge lines, and in New South Wales they developed standard gauge lines. So trains travelling from either of those states couldn't cross the border. So in the late 1800s, Wallangarra became a thriving break of gauge town, where trains would come up from either New South Wales or Queensland, stop here, and everything on those trains, people, goods, livestock, you name it, had to be switched from one train to the other train before they could continue on their journey. But the glory days are long gone. These days there's about 400 or 500 people live in town. It's a pretty small rural town in Australia. And what's life like in a small town in Australia? Well, today we're going to find out. Because it's on the border, you've got sister towns here. Wallangarra is in Queensland and Jennings is just across the border, literally across the street, in New South Wales. And that presents some unique challenges.
I live on one side of the border and work on the other side of the border. So we have two clocks in our house, one with a New South Wales sticker, one with a Queensland sticker. We run one business in New South Wales time, one in Queensland time. One child in school in New South Wales, one child in school in Queensland.
Does it take some getting used to?
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
And you're forever checking. Yes.
The border is an interesting factor.
Yes.
Sometimes it's like two foreign countries.
Yes.
What goes on one side doesn't necessarily go on the other side, but you learn to live with it.
Gavin runs the general store. It's the only store in town. As such, he's not just a shopkeeper. He's sometimes an information centre, a counsellor, and a friend to everyone.
Thanks, mate.
What's the challenge of living in such a really small town?
We don't find that it seems to be too remote or much of a challenge.
Yes.
But we've chosen to live here, so
Yes.
services are still close by, and it's really not much of a challenge. It's what you make of it. You know, if you're a social person, you meet people. If you want to stay at home, you stay at home. It's pretty simple, but we enjoy it.
The border of Queensland and New South Wales cuts right through this town. In fact, it cuts right through this railway station. I can stand in both Queensland and New South Wales at the same time. So here I'm standing with one foot not just in one state and the other foot in the other, but I'm in two time zones at the same time. It's just one of the quirks of a border town. This is what they call the border tree. It's an old tree stump. On one side New South Wales and on the other Queensland. And you've got to remember, before Federation, these were two separate colonies. So this station was built as a joint effort between Queensland and New South Wales governments. Have a look at the verandas. They're both different. The train stopped coming through Wallangarra a long time ago. About 50 years after this was built, a new railway line was put in that actually was a standard gauge for both states. So the trains didn't come through here anymore. There used to be a lot of infrastructure here, lots of packing sheds, but most of that's vanished over the years, leaving Wallangarra as a very tiny, slow-paced, sedate little town.
Walk with me something else we need to find. Say you'll go, don't make me wait. There's no need to hesitate. Let's make footprints in the sand. Let's make miracles. Come hold my hand. Let's find something new, me and you.
The lockdowns during COVID didn't do the town any favours whatsoever. Basically, the two pubs closed down. There was a cafe and a museum here. That closed down too, and none of them have reopened since. Literally about 100 metres down the road from the railway station is the town of Jennings, which is now in New South Wales. There's only about 20% of the population of the towns live in the New South Wales side. Here they have the old Jennings Hotel from 1922, but unfortunately it's now closed. They tell me that COVID lockdowns weren't kind to the hotel. There were bollards put up in the road just in front of the hotel, so hardly anybody could get here. They had to close down, and they've remained closed since then. And that's a shame, because I remember staying at this hotel years ago, and it was lovely. Really simple, but lovely, and really friendly people. This is the other hotel in Wallangarra, but I've been told this has been closed for many years now. Now the hotels may be closed, but there's still accommodation in town. There's the free park behind me, but there's also some Airbnbs and some farm stays in the area. Not sure that Wallangarra has any kind of tourism industry, but you do get people coming through on their way up to Queensland or down to New South Wales. And the free park here at Jennings is a good spot for an overnight stop. And sometimes you'll find backpackers here. Hey guys.
Hi.
Hey.
What brought you guys to town?
What'd you say?
What you say?
Why did you come to town?
We come here for search job.
Yes.
A farm job
Okay,
around because we saw there is a lot of strawberry farm
Yes.
and apple. And
Yes.
it's gonna be the season in a few weeks.
Yes.
So we try to find a job.
So you're on working holiday visas?
Yes.
Yes, working
Okay.
on a visa for 1 year.
Yeah. This is a good place for your 88 days?
Very good place.
It's
The
a
best
good
good place.
And the free camp here, it's very nice.
Yeah.
Very
With
nice.
nice people and
Yes.
Yeah.
nice place.
The toilets are very cleaning.
Yes.
Yes. So
It's a good place.
yes,
And
quiet,
the city, it's
safe.
nice. It's
Yes.
safe.
Yes.
It's very quiet.
Right, yes, wow, so good.
These days, with everything being closed down, there's basically two shops in town, a general store and a craft shop. And I've heard that Narelle, who's in the craft shop, kind of doubles as the information centre too. So let's go in and meet Narelle. Hello.
Hi.
Good to meet you, Narelle.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Narelle, how long have you lived in town?
I've actually lived here approximately 5 years, but I've had a very long association with Wallangarra.
Okay. What's it like living here? It's a very small town.
It's a very small, well, we call it a village, but yes, a town for the want of a better word. It's great. It's nice. It's quiet. The people are friendly. It's very community orientated. We do lots of community events in such a small village. Yeah.
And this craft shop is a community initiative too, yes?
It is. All the craft in here is done by local residents. The jams and pickles behind you, they're made in Tenterfield. Yeah, it's a great little place. Just meet lots and lots of people travelling and
Yes.
sort of get involved in their travels.
Yeah.
And although you're the first person I've seen today, some days are better than others. Great little spot.
Great.
And the border's about, maybe 3 feet that way. If it wasn't for the border, we'd be one little village.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good little village, isn't it?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful, yes.
Yeah. What's the best thing?
What's the best thing? The people. They're amazing.
Yes. So your family's lived here for quite some time, I believe.
Yeah, I'd say over 100 years.
Oh my
probably now.
goodness.
Yeah, yeah.
So you might be a
I'm-
local.
I think I'm nearly classified as a local. Yeah.
Brendan's confident the railway station's cafe and museum will open again early in 2025, and that'll bring more tourists to town.
And it's a major attraction for town now.
Yes.
I mean, tourism's our only remaining industry. I mean, previously I often used to refer to the town as the industrial hub of the district,
Yes.
because it had meatworks, army, railway, as I say, produce, merchants.
Like in a lot of small country towns, they struggle to attract young families. Is that one of the challenges for town, that young families are not moving in?
Yeah, it is. But see, one of the other problems is that for people as school leavers, the job opportunities aren't here anymore.
Yes. So young people are leaving.
Yes, but there's a number of retirees from the city
Mm-hmm.
seem to be selling up there, moving down here,
Mm-hmm.
and we're getting an influx of good quality new residents.
So tree changes.
Yeah,
And what does Wallangarra have to offer them?
I think it's a great country community, rural community that
Mm-hmm.
people say, what do you do in a place like Wallangarra? Well, I'm flat out, and there's always something happening.
So there's a strong sense of community here.
Yeah, and there are community, like I say, the Progress Association, there's a CWA, there's the RSL.
But this area also offers spectacular natural beauty. Nearby is Girraween National Park, where I had one of the most memorable hikes of my life. About 10 kilometres north of Wallangarra is Girraween National Park. This area is famous for its massive boulder outcrops. There is a whole series of hikes you can do here. I'm going to do one of them. It's fairly early in the morning, about 7, so get going before it gets too hot. Not even 50 metres into the trail and I can already see wildlife. There's a kangaroo right here. They're obviously very used to people. They didn't seem to be too scared. Wow, already. I'm just at the creek and this looks beautiful. Now, as usual, I did a little bit of research, and even though this is a short walk, it's less than 4 kilometres, but apparently it's a steep walk, and it can be a little bit tricky at times. And with my head for heights, let's see what happens. Listen to those cicadas. They're going off. Those cicadas are so loud, it's like a freight train or a jet taking off or something. It's really loud. It's almost hurting my ears. Oh my goodness. This is what I've come for. In this region there's a whole series of balancing granite boulders. It's just a little one. We're going up further and see something a bit more extraordinary. Okay, Terry to scale. How did it even get up there? It's like a giant's come along and played Lego or something and just popped it on top. It's huge and would weigh a ton. Oh my goodness. Alright, got my first view of the mountain they call the Pyramid. That's where I'm going. And it's an easy walk now, but when you get to the base of that mountain, apparently it's very steep. You're scrambling up rocks, up granite, and there's no safety barriers. So this is really going to test my chronic fear of heights. But apparently once you get to the top, you get a beautiful panoramic view, and there's some crazy balancing rocks up there. So I'm really going to push myself and try and get to the top. The other danger is I'm hiking alone. So if something goes wrong, there's no one to save me. And there's no phone reception, of course. So just got to be careful. Apparently don't do this hike if it's been raining. These rocks get very slippery. Today it's fine. Oh my goodness. GoPro won't really show how steep that is. That's a good 50, 60 degrees maybe. Oh. So here goes. Slowly, slowly, Terry. Just bit by bit. Pretty awesome views already. Let me show you. Okay, last really steep push. Let's do this. Just focus on what's ahead of me. Don't look down. And I got this. Shit, that's really steep. Alright, I gotta rest. Oh man. I'm having serious doubts about this. Oh man. I don't know where I'm going. I think the path goes here. But does it go up or down there? I don't know. Far up. Far out. Looks like it goes up. There's a line here. I need 2 hands for this. Hi.
Are you doing your hike?
No.
Oh. It's a little bit scary.
It's a little bit. Are you doing it solo?
Yes, I'm working.
Oh, you're a ranger?
I'm a ranger.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm
cool.
just checking the signs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so which is my way to go from here? Because I was a bit confused there.
Oh no, you're doing well.
Yeah.
So there's a little, I don't know if you can see it.
The
down
white
there,
lines,
you
yeah.
can see the white lines, you just follow them.
And it goes around.
Yeah.
Thank God for that. I was thinking I'd have to go straight up.
No. I'm a scaredy cat, but I'll let you go first.
All right, thank you.
And then I'll go down.
Catch my breath. Nice to meet you.
It was hard for the person taking up the sign.
Yeah, I bet.
After you.
Thanks. All right, thankfully, I don't have to go up the steepest bit. I kind of go around, but there's a steep drop to the side. I don't even want to look at it. It's a sheer cliff. Things I do. My Lord. Slow. Stay away from the edges. Don't look down. Well, look down to see where your feet are going, but don't look down over there. There's a sheer cliff, and I think we're nearly here. Oh, shit. Well, that was scary. I slipped. I don't think I was in any danger of falling right off a cliff, but it's still scary. Wow. I think I underestimated how hard this was going to be. I don't want to be a complete wuss, but the thing is, when you have vertigo, it not only messes with your head, but then your legs start turning to jelly. So you lose all your strength. And that's not cool because you need it right now. So I'm just going to push in very small bursts, sit down, catch my breath, and then regain my composure. Then I got a bit of strength in my legs to push up again. Man, things I do sometimes. Like seriously, why don't I just start a cooking channel or something? Much easier. Brought water, got a muesli bar. I didn't have much to eat today. I had a banana before I set out. Probably should have had a bit more. So that's my fault. But I'll get a protein bar into me and hopefully that'll help. All right, let's do this last bit. They say 360-degree views, and they're not wrong. And there's another hiker just past me while I was resting. So I got some company at the top now. Hey.
Hi.
Well, I made it, and I'm proud of myself for making it. And the view is definitely worthwhile. Okay, that was cool. And that was definitely worth it. So I'll take myself down and explore a bit more of this area. And somehow I made it down safely. Oh my God. Now, if you don't want to tackle that hike, there's a nearby pyramid that's much easier to access. About 15 minutes drive north of Wallangarra is the tiny town of Ballindine. This is where you'll find the Ballindine Pyramid. Pretty sure it wasn't made by ancient Egyptians. I think it was made by some farmers with a little bit too much time on their hands. But awesome effort, that's really cool.
My experience tells me that it is only a matter of time.
If climbing rock faces is not your thing, then another activity you can do in this area, just north of Wallangarra, there's a whole series of wineries. This is wine growing region. I've come to Balancing Heart, which is one of those wineries.
The way I feel is gonna get the best of me. The way I feel, I'm losing you completely. The way I feel, borderline insanity. Will get the best of me. I've been thinking of ways that could leave you so that it doesn't hurt.
Now this whole granite belt has seen an explosion in wineries over recent years. There's something like 50 of them, almost 50 of them here these days. It's become a really rising winemaking district.
So the decomposed granite soils are idyllic for growing high quality wine,
Yes.
combined with the high altitude or the high elevation, and what you'll end up getting here is very delicate wines,
Yeah.
very perfumed, medium weight, medium bodied, but with great longevity, and that's what the sandy soils give to
Okay.
the wine. Well, I think the beauty about the granite belt is that we haven't got any specific style. We
Yeah.
actually, if anything, we're hanging our hat on emerging grape varieties.
Yes.
And the emerging grape varieties, we've got over 100 varieties grown on the granite belt now, which is quite significant.
Yeah.
And look, we do make great Shiraz and we do make fantastic Chardonnay and,
Yeah.
and great Sauvignon Blanc and Cabernet.
Yeah.
But it's the newer varieties that are handling everything even better. So I'm talking about mainly the Italian varieties. So in particular, Fiano and Vermentino, which are a couple of Italian whites. Graciano, Tempranillo, which are Italian Spanish reds. And also now we've got new plantings of another Spanish white variety called Albarino, and it seems to be handling the district very, very well.
Well, I was pretty hungry after that hike, so I've come to Balancing Heart Winery, and not only do they have wine, but they have beautiful food here too. Vegetarian pizza, look at this. Cheers. So at Balancing Heart Winery, they not only make a number of varieties of wine, they have beautiful meals here, and they're also really happy for you to just take a self-guided tour through the vineyards. So I'm doing that right now, and I'm going to go and have a look at the rock stack that gives the winery its name.
I've been thinking of ways that could leave you so that it doesn't hurt.
the town's glory days are long gone, and a lot of the infrastructure is also gone. There's not even a cafe in town now, but they're hoping that's going to change really soon. The cafe here at the railway station is going to reopen soon, and they're hoping that that'll give a reason for tourists on the highway to just stop, have a bite to eat and a cup of coffee, and spend a little bit of time exploring this fascinating little town in country Australia. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. This is the other hotel. Oh, trucks, seriously. The train stopped coming through Wallangarra. I just can't say that name. All right. The train stopped coming through Wallangarra. About 10 kilometres north of Wallangarra. That's not what it's called, Terence. So let's see how we go. Alright, kind of lost already. Where am I going? When I bailed out in the past, I've got friends who said, you got to push through. Viewers need to see what it's like at the top. So even if you're screaming and crying, you have to do it. And I remember that. And friend, you know who you are. I think I hate you right now.
Walk with me. Let's leave the past behind. Walk with me. Down the road, there's sunshine and light.